Welcome back. Today is the day we try and make it back to the United States Amateur. Starting here with local qualifying. Do we have what it takes to make one of the biggest tournaments in the world? Here we go.
All right, here we go. U.S. Amateur qualifying. Trying to make it back to Olympic Club. We're out here at Mirror Lakes in Villa Rica, Georgia, just an hour of where we stay from Atlanta. I want to take you guys through my round and kind of how I was feeling, all my shots. So here, first hole, we start on hole 10 here. Obviously, my go-to, couldn't go without hitting my bread and butter fairway finder on the first. So we just got invested in the new camera. Shout out to you guys for allowing us to do that. But we had some problems with the audio, so we're explaining it today. And this is actually cool. I want to see my round and talk to you guys about it. So hit the first fairway, perfect 2-iron right down the middle, and had 75 yards in. This is the part of the game that I've tried to work on the most, from 50 to 90 yards, that little in-between wedge shot. And pulled a really good one off there, right over the flag stick, about 15 feet. And as you guys know, I've been struggling with the putter, and I've just, as you guys seen, local qualifying U.S. Open, I had career low day, 25 putts, and trying to just work on some setup stuff, trying to work on the rhythm. So I ended up pulling that putt and made a par there. But this hole right here was one of the ones that I really looked forward to. It was a drivable par 4. It's 318 to the stick. So 318 to the stick, there was all these tall trees on the left there, and I just tried to hammer a drive. Probably maybe the best drive of the day. We won't foreshadow anything, but it was a great shot. Right left of the green, and we had about maybe 15 yards away, just left of the flag. It was pin high, so essentially carried it that number, about that 315 number. So just a short little pitch here. All I was trying to do is just get it just past the fringe and let the green do the work, and came up just short of the hole. Absolutely perfect position to make our first birdie of the day. So first birdie of the day, hole number 11. Starts out 1 under par through 2.
Today's video is sponsored by the insoles I use, Victory Performance insoles. These are the ones that I've been using for probably a year and a half now, and I use them at every single tournament, event, qualifier, and even day-to-day course. So I switched over to these Reebok golf shoes. So all you gotta do, these things are the best. They return energy, they give you really, really good stability, and look at these things. Like they give you so much power in the golf swing. So all you gotta do is just pop them right in there, and then you can also put them into your workout shoes. All you gotta do is just boom, boom, and then you're ready to go. So big shout out to Victory for sponsoring today's video. I'm gonna pop them in the new Reeboks that I just got, and really look forward to really being stable and having a lot of energy in the swing. So go check out Victory insoles and get yours today.
I would say I think this is the most comfortable I've ever felt in a tournament. Like, I showed up, usually I have the pre-round shits, and I didn't have one today. I don't know why, but I was really comfortable. I felt like I was just going out there and playing with my buddy, but I had JR on the bag with me, and he was a good friend of mine, so I was able to feel really comfortable. Hole number 12, my third hole of the day, is a 620-yard par 5. And I want to take you guys through this one here. There's a little like ravine hazard area that was 355 to get to. So in the practice round, I hit a ball like 30 yards short of that ravine that this ball is in. And I was like, you know what, if I hit driver, I should be perfect just short of this ravine to go for this green in 2. And this thing went 350 yards. Don't know how that happened, but I was able to get all the way down there and actually hit a really, really good punch out recovery shot. I was like in this little crevice of sand with like this bush thing behind, and it just popped it out. And that's why you work out and get these wrists and arms really strong, so you can get out of situations like that. So I am in the fairway here, or just in the first cut of rough, about 140 yards, I think our number was. And me and JR wanted to hit like a smooth stock 50 degree. And I just took dead aim at this flag. And you guys can watch this shot. I was a little off balance, but struck it perfect. And this thing, I thought I hold it right when it hit the ground, but it just went to about 5-6 feet. So that was a beautiful, beautiful wedge shot, and I feel like that's some of the stuff that's the work that I've been doing in my free time when I'm practicing is a lot of wedges, and as you guys can see from this round, it's paying off. A little down the hill. I played this straight at the hole, and I felt like I pushed it a hair, and that's exactly what happened for the birdie. In a qualifier, you got to make those. Evan, this is my talking my future self out there. Evan, come on, dude. Like, looking at this hole, I'm like, oh man, I wanted that one bad to go 2 under through 3, but we didn't. 1 under through 3, going to his par 3, 175 yards. That is a perfect 9-iron for me. Nice stock draw in there. Started it just left of the bunker, and then worked it back to the flag, and ended up 10 feet left of it. Pretty much an ideal start for you, boy. Yeah, it's like I said, it was really nice to feel comfortable and not nervous, and gave myself another look at birdie. Missed that one again. So that takes us to still 1 under through 4, and man, as you see there, I'm kind of just trying to figure out these greens. I felt like I underread them a few all day. So just trying to keep my head up, keep pushing. Know that the lid is gonna fall off this cup. So moving on to hole 13 here, par 4. It's a good hole. It kind of runs all right to left, left to right. So you kind of want to be up that right side. And pulled this 2-iron, but still, it was a good shot. It was like 10 yards left of the fairway. My wife actually told me if I hit a 9-iron on the tee box. I don't know if that looks anything like the 2-iron, but that was the first time I've heard that the 2-iron looks like a 9-iron. But had 125 yards in. I had a 54 degree there. I wanted to hit it just over top of this flag with a little bit of draw, and then kind of came out hot out of the rough. But I tell you what, I've really worked on like the metronome with putting, so it's like having that 80 beats per minute when I putt, and when I have like really long putts, I feel like I really picture that in my mind, like I'm on a putting green, and I was able to get that one pretty close. That was a really hard putt to read. So we go 1 under through 5 holes. So this is kind of where the round kind of turns around a little bit, unfortunately. And I want to take you guys through this and just kind of be accountable and watch myself grow as a player, as a person, how to handle this type of stuff. And this was a drivable one. Me and JR kind of discussed on the tee box, if we did miss this driver, we want it to be right of the green because there's a hazard left and wasn't good left. So we actually missed this ball right of the green like we wanted. However, we were on a route and on these pine cones, and I didn't want to move it because obviously the ball would move. So I just tried to like really just pick it clean and not touch the roots, but unfortunately it came out really hot and sent it over the green, and now we're left with a tough chip shot that I just tried to get it just past the green, but that thing came out so hot out of that Bermuda rough. So we actually ended up being 15 feet away, and this putt was really hard. I felt like I hit a good one here. Just really trusted my line. It was breaking really hard right to left and just barely hit it too hard. So there was our first bogey of the day, and that was all solely of a bad break from the tee shot. However, I had the opportunity to get up and down. That's when I really need to trust my short game, and just hit it to that 3 feet circle. Obviously, it was a tough shot, but I got to be better around the greens, and I know that, and I just want to watch myself continue to improve. That's all I can ask for. So, next hole here was hole 16, par 3. Chunked this 8-iron into the bunker. Is 180 yards to the flag. And the bunkers on this golf course, I think, reminded me of New Smyrna Beach when I was growing up because they were so soft. I hit that bunker shot and it came out absolutely nowhere. And like I said, underread this one again, didn't hit it hard enough. That back-to-back bogeys right there. That was, man, I thought I had something going. First couple holes were pretty dang good. But I think for me, where I feel like I've grown the most as a player, as a person, the best part of my game is my mental game. Like, I really don't let it affect me. If anything, I kind of slow down. I kind of like get the nerves out, like understand that you're going to make mistakes. And this hole was crazy. The USGA literally switched it from a 475 par 5, moved it up to the red tee box. And we played it as a 340 par 4. So, you know, I was tempted to hit driver to get it close to the green, but it was impossible. So I hit 6-iron, and then I hit a 60-degree from 115 yards. And I don't know how I went past this hole, but it was not the place to be. It was fast. It was right to left. And like I said, again, underread this again. So I keep underreading putts, and that's not going to get you anywhere in qualifiers. So that takes us to 1 over par through the 16th hole, or 7th hole. So in the end of the day, I'm like, okay, we got to go. We have to push. We got to make some birdies because I knew it was going to be around that 2 to 5, 6 under mark. And this right here is where I got to get better. And I want all you guys to keep me accountable because when I felt that moment of trying to get to a certain number, I got really quick in my swing, and I can feel it right here. Like right when I get to the top, I come down and get really jerky. And I was inbounds. This ball right here was inbounds by this much. I mean, maybe a foot, 6 inches, but there's 2 stakes, and usually the other players come over and they kind of, you know, do the old line from one white stake to the other to make sure the ball's in play, and they deemed it was. So we had a 200-yard shot through the trees, and this was probably one of my best shots of the day. We put it to 30 feet and had a putt for birdie. To go from hitting a shot almost out of bounds to almost making a birdie was pretty crazy. So I'll take the par there, honestly. So we finished up at 1 over par for the 9 holes. And this is where I'm like, okay, Evan, like, if you wanna make the USAM back-to-back, or do you not? How bad do you want it? And for me, like, I just want to continue and improve each and every year. And I kind of switched my mindset on this 9 holes. Like how bad do you want it? Let's hit the fairway. Let's hit the green. Let's execute each specific shot and fill up the cup. My thought process on this back 9 was to just fill the cup up, like put it to a makeable distance for birdie and get the job done. So par 5 here, hole number 1, my 10th hole of the day. Perfect 3-wood. It actually went 320 yards, or 315. And I had a pitching wedge from 160 and had an uphill line, kind of like when I was swinging like a baseball bat. And it went, it touched freaking NASA up there and came down and landed really soft, about 15, 20 feet for eagle. And I tell you what, boys, I don't think I've wanted to putt bad enough or more than this one. And, oh, that's going to haunt me right there. Oh, man, I wanted that one bad. More than I've wanted a lot of shots in qualifiers, but I think that was the putt where I feel like if I made that, I think it would have been a different story this round. But at the end of the day, it was birdie, so can't be mad about that. Got to even par through 10. So cruising right along. I think this, in my mind, was more of a pitch and putt for me. You know, it's a lot of 2-irons, a lot of wedges, and when you have 2-iron and wedges, you got to score. Like, you got to hit like we did for local U.S. Open and shoot 6, 8, 10 deep. But even par right now, not too bad. We still have a chance. Had a 54 degree in here and hit an absolute dart right at the flag, just underneath the hole. So great look at birdie again on this second hole. And guess what? The putter fails us again. Kind of looking like Grant Horvat at this point. Can't make a freaking putt, but at the end of the day, I wanted to just continue to give myself opportunities. I feel like that's the best part about my game, is that even though I wanted to make so many putts, like golf's all about opportunities. Just keep giving yourself chances and they will fall. So I took a little bit of steam off this off this drive with missing that putt. This thing went 365 yards. I only had about 50, I think it was 58 or 62 left to this flag, and hit a great shot in there. These are the ones that I've been trying to work on, is that, you know, kind of more finesse, that off-speed wedge, and put us in a great spot once again for another opportunity to make birdie. So I was really pressed, and I wanted to make sure JR knew that I really wanted to make a putt at some point. And here we go. I want you guys to enjoy this one with me. Boom.
Yeah, good one there.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how you stay patient. That's how you work your way up. Get back to under par for the round. Watching this back, it kind of, like, I gotta relax more on the golf course. I feel like whenever I get all amped up from not, you know, playing as well as I want to, I kind of get all like, so tense, and so like, I gotta get that linebacker out of me. But another par 4 here, 400 and I think 10 yards, and I hit a 300-yard 2-iron on this hole. I only had like 98 yards left, I think me and JR said, and hit a great wedge shot again. The wedges were on point. I feel like they were all within like 10 feet, so they were great. Another one here, right to left. So this one, bam, birdie, let's go. Get to 2 under par. So the boys cruising, found some speed there, found a little bit of momentum. I played this one more break, so I felt like myself, I was underreading, or not underreading, but underplaying a lot of the putts, and that one actually added more break and caught the inside left corner of the hole. So we get to 2 under. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're on hole 5. They moved this tee box up again. I think Mirror Lakes had a problem with some of the back tees. So only 145 yards. I pulled this pitching wedge, and man, this is one of the shots I want back right here. I was expecting the putt on the fringe to kind of like come out really dead out of the fringe, and man, this thing just it just came out really hot, and I left myself with a tough par putt. Ended up 2-putting from there, so I gave back one, like, just a hard-earned birdie from hitting great golf shots. And like I said, in qualifiers, in these situations, you really can't make many mistakes, or can't make dumb mistakes, I guess you will. And I think I have to get better at being more comfortable when things don't go my way. Like, understand that, like, golf's it's a marathon, not a sprint. So right there, I was pretty uncomfortable with the tee shot, and I should have stepped back. I should have stepped off it and told JR that I don't really like driver. It was only 330 to the flag. I think we were trying to do too much there. And then we kind of compounded errors again. Went from a bad tee shot on the opposite freaking hole. I had a group waiting on me to hit, and I was like pretty nervous on that shot, and then ended up squaring up a tree, coming back in the fairway. But man, were the wedges dialed. This was probably one of my favorite shots of the day. Could have let this thing get squirrely, make a bogey, make a double, but we hit this 65-yard pitch shot to 4 feet, and bam, saved the freaking par. That is where I've improved the most out of as a golfer, is being able to recover when things don't go my way and not compound errors. But this is one of the holes right here that I want to talk through. This is, I think this is the hole that kind of took us out of qualifying, and I want to go over this. So it was that creek right there, they moved up these tee boxes again to play like a long par 4 instead of a short par 5. And I pulled this 4-iron. I hit 2-iron in the practice round. I pulled this 4-iron left, and it hit like right where this firm part of the rough was and bounced into the hazard about that 230, 240 mark. So ended up finding my ball in the hazard. Discussing here with JR a little bit. Think we ended up having 170 yards in. I had like no shot, so I just took a 54 degree and swung as hard as I could. I want you guys to watch this here. Like when I play holes like this and I make a mistake, I want to be able to get back on track and not compound errors, just like we did on the last hole. And I feel like this is a little bit of bad habits that I want to get out is, Evan, you can't chunk a wedge shot. We had 98 yards, or sorry, 78 yards, and we chunked a wedge shot like 40 yards ahead of us. Man, that's just not good. And we left ourselves with a tough pitch shot. It was all downhill, working left to right, and just tried to use the slope there and just kind of come up a little bit too short. But I want to get better, and I want to let you guys know that I want to get these bad habits out of chunking wedges and compounding errors, because when I first started golf, it was like that. So I ended up going with a double bogey here. Hit a great putt, I felt like, on that bogey putt, just up the hill, a little left to right, and just I felt like I overread that one a hair. Try to do too much, try to overcompensate too much. And in this moment, I didn't know what I was at. Like, I didn't know what the qualifiers were. I'm not a big leaderboard watcher. So JR was like, you need 2 birdies to finish. Let's go. Like, he gave me a little pep talk, which I appreciate you, John Robert, for. He said you need 2 to at least have a shot. And we had a great number, 160, pitching wedge, a little draw in there, and stuck it to about 4 feet. Real little right to left putt, and bam, right in the center. So I'm really proud of myself, how I handled that double bogey and bouncing back, because I could have easily let that get to me. But having an opportunity to qualify back for the USAM, I didn't want to have that opportunity slip away. So I wanted to get 2 birdies here to finish. So able to get there on hole number 8. And then our new camera that we're recording this on ended up dying because I am an idiot and only bought 1 battery. But we were able to finish these last couple holes with an iPhone, and ended up not hitting a good wedge shot there. I needed one close. I think I kind of wanted it more than I should have, and was too amped up. So left ourselves with a really tough birdie putt. It was kind of slinging early, and then kind of just went back downhill, and then I almost did it. But even if I made that, I wouldn't have made it anyway. That would have been 1 under. And I want you guys to watch this right here. This is the freaking story of my life. What are you doing? What are you freaking doing? Oh, man, I'm gonna pause this right here, Chris. Pausing this
Sums up our day.
18th as I finish up here. I just want to let you guys know, like, even though this wasn't like a great round, I'm still really proud of the way I handled just like when things didn't go my way. I could have easily had a 3, 4, 5 over round. But to come out here with a even par, should have been even par, but a 1 over with missing that little 2-footer at the end there. 71, it was a par 70. You know what, boys? Not making it back to the USAM is gonna sting, because I feel like I've really improved as a player, but I have so much room to grow. I have so many things to do, and this is our main focus. So content is our main focus, and I want all you guys to learn something. I want all you guys to be inspired, to chase your dreams, and I want to see myself improve and watch this back and grow as a player. But man, I'm grateful and honored to be able to share this journey with you guys. And unfortunately, we're going to come up short. Let's see, 1 over par, 3 under made it, and a 17-year-old, I think he's 17, shot, I think 8 under or 9 under, 61 or 62. So that just shows you how good these guys are. I think USAM is just as hard to get to as the US Open, just because how good these juniors and amateurs are. But man, I truly appreciate you guys for watching. Unfortunately, we're not going to make it through, but we got mid-am qualifying in a few weeks, and I want to do that one because that would be a way to get in the Masters. If I make it through the mid-am qualifier, win the United States mid-am, I'm 26 now, so that would be pretty legendary. You guys having a shot at going to the Masters is kind of wild to me. You know, coming from football and being a linebacker and now pursuing this old golf thing is pretty cool. So mid-am qualifier in a few weeks. Got a lot of awesome content coming soon. We're going to be on a special journey here in the next few months. So appreciate you guys watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys like this style of video of me speaking through my round, leave a comment as well. And we'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you guys. Peace.